ELK stack, Elasticsearch Logstash, Kibana tools, and I'm using Splunk for dashboards and what else for debugging the Java applications, Dynatrace. Okay, so all of these DevOps related tools also I'm much aware and daily, day to day, as part of my job, I'm working on and using these things, guys. This is what when it comes to my IT experience, guys. And when it comes to training experience, I have started taking trainings for the students in Durga's app. It's been almost like 12 plus years of time onwards, 12 plus years onwards. I'm taking the technical trainings as part of the Durgasoft Institute, guys. And day one to till now, I have been only associated with Durgasoft and taking the trainings in the Durgasoft only. I'm taking the courses on various different courses. Like for example, let me list on the courses that I'm taking as part of the Durgasoft case. Java framework package that contains 5 courses: Spring framework with Spring Boot, Hibernate and JPA API, Java RESTful services, Spring Cloud microservices, and Spring Reactive Stack. These are the 5 courses that are part of the Java framework package, guys, and the fees is like 15K. Already the course has been started a way back itself, guys, and I don't think anyone can add now into the classes. I mean, you guys have to wait for the next batch actually. And the next one is DevOps with AWS. That is what we guys are attending right now, and the fees is like 12K. And AWS Cloud Practitioner Certification Training. The fees is like 7K, guys. And along with that, Java real-time tools, Java design patterns I stopped taking. But if time permits, I will take the Java design patterns and Java real-time project training. So these are the courses currently I'm taking as part of the Durgasoft case. And most of the courses has already been started, and we are with DevOps with AWS right now. So this is what when it comes to my training experience, guys. So that is my technical experience as a software engineer, and this is my training experience as a teacher or a trainer as part of the Durgasoft. Okay, so yeah, waiting for AI ML2. I am also much excited, man. So very soon, within 1.5 months, I will be announcing the artificial intelligence and machine learning related courses also. Okay. So pretty much the content is there, right there. And I'm just pruning the things on what best we can deliver to the students. Okay. Now, the next one. So let me talk about the current course, guys. DevOps with AWS. So this includes Linux and shell scripting as well. DevOps with AWS, including Linux and shell scripting. This is what the course is all about. Okay. Now, so what is the fee for the course? 12K for existing Sriman students. The fees is 10K, guys. Don't pay more. Okay. And the duration of the course is 9 months. The timings is fixed, guys. In the morning, 7:10 a.m. to 8:10 a.m. Monday to Friday. Okay. But Saturday, Sunday, usually I take at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. instead, because People complain, sir, at least Saturday, Sunday, we need some sleep, sir. People will complain. So, for example, few Saturdays, people will say, no, no, sir, we want to take it 7:10 only. Sunday only change the time. Few times people will say, no, no, sir, Saturday, Sunday this week, please do change both the timings to 8 to 9, sir. So it's like flexible, either 7 to 8 or 8 to 9, I will take on the Saturday, Sunday. Mostly I'm changing the timings as of now, but if required, I will stick to the same. Okay. No, man. If you have already attended Docker and Jenkins, and if you are willing to attend the rest of the course only without attending the Docker and Jenkins, then pay the rest of the amount. Okay. But if you are willing to attend end to end again, then you have to pay 10K, man. Raj Teja. Okay. Now, now that is the timings of the course case, duration, fees, and live notes. The live notes is captured, including working examples during the session, and will be shared to the students on weekly basis, not daily basis, guys. Okay. When it comes to videos or recordings, no videos, no recordings will be provided. Students are not permitted to record the sessions. If we found anyone recording the session, the admission will be cancelled without any fee refund. This is strict rule, guys. But I do understand that every day is not the same for everyone, right? So there could be some urgency, medical conditions, could be personal reasons, or could be some other reason, guys. A student may not be able to make the class on a day, right? So that is the reason there is an exception to this rule, guys. What is the exception, guys? Is any urgent or medical reasons. In case if you are not able to attend the session, for example, floods came and there is a power outage and all the people got impacted in Andhra, Kerala, Telangana last time, and there is no way to attend the classes at that time, right? Or could be some personal emergency, could be some medical reason, or could be hospital appointment, could be some other thing. So I told you that every day is not the same, right? Different days, different problems might be there. So in such case, that student can request for recording, guys. Then I will record that class for that student on that day, and I will upload the video to that student, and I will not upload that video also on a daily basis, guys. Those recorded videos also I will upload on weekly basis only, just for your information, because it's so difficult for me to share the things on a daily basis, because I am also a working employee, and I am also have to work my job, do my job, guys. I cannot do it on a daily basis. Please try to understand from that aspect. And there is an Excel sheet that is uploaded in the Google Drive, and students who miss the classes, if they can upload, if they can make an entry and the reason for why they are missing the class on that day and why they are requesting for the video, then I will share that video personally to that student directly, guys. That is how the things will work when it comes to recordings. Okay. So this is what the basic information about the course. Monthly 2 or 3 Saturdays, if you have production deployment, man, how do you attend the class? Tell me, Mohan Reddy. It's so difficult, right? And that too, you have production deployment at 7 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning. Just check the timings. If are these are overlapping. Okay. So any questions still here regarding this one? No. If you are working on rotation shifts and it's a usual practice of requesting the recording, means you will not get it. It's a once in a while, if due to some problem, if you are not able to attend the session, then I will provide the recording. But it cannot be a regular practice. If you know that there is always going to be a problem for you to attend, then I cannot record. Okay. So any other questions, guys? Can I move on? No, man. There is no change in the time. You're an existing student. ODWA3 means you attended like two batches back. Venkatraman Ratnam. Okay. So if there are no questions, I will proceed further. Can you please acknowledge the new students? Shall I proceed, guys? Okay. Okay. So the next one. So one more rule, guys. I forgot to tell that another rule that is there is students should be actively contributing to the session by responding and giving replies to the questions. So the sessions are conducted in two-way communication pattern, guys, not one way. That means I will be keep on talking and keep on typing. The students will sit like in a movie theater watching a movie. They cannot sit in the class and they cannot watch it like a movie, guys. Students should be actively contributing. I will be asking the questions. Students should be responding to my questions and answering the things. And if there is anyone who is not responding, I will move the student to the waiting room. And after keeping that student for a while in the waiting room, guys, like 3 to 4 minutes, or could be 5 minutes sometimes, will remove the student for the day from the session. So on that day, he cannot attend the session and he has to attend the session the next day only. So this is to ensure that the students are not going to misuse the classes, and we suspect few people recording the sessions, guys. We wanted to find them and we want to tackle such students who are recording the sessions. So for that only, we are having this setup. And another one is to ensure that the students are actively contributing and they keep learning. We wanted to monitor that one also. That is the reason we'll keep on moving the students to the waiting room and then request the students to rejoin for the session, guys. Okay. So let me explain you about the prerequisite of the course. So what is the prerequisite of this course, guys? First one, there is no knowledge of computers required for attending the course, because this is basic or fundamental level course, guys. That means right from the scratch we will be explaining the classes, so you don't have to have any background. But if you know basics of computer and if you know any programming language, that is an added advantage. These are optional, but if you have, then your learning process will become very smooth and easy, guys. Otherwise you don't need any other background knowledge in attending these classes. Okay, so that means pretty much everyone is qualified for attending these classes. Now what will be covered as part of this course, guys? Let me explain you the course contents. Right, so we start with introduction to DevOps. What is DevOps? What is the purpose of DevOps? Why do we need to use DevOps? What are the various different? What is a development methodology that we develop the applications when we work without DevOps process, and with DevOps, how does the development practices will change? After completing this case, after completing the introduction to the DevOps, to learn any of the tools related to DevOps stack or any of the technologies related to DevOps stack, or holistically, I can say to understand DevOps means we need to must and should know Linux operating system. Without Linux operating system, bash commands and shell scripting, it is merely impossible to understand and learn the Linux operating system, guys. Just for your information. Okay. Linux is not optional. Linux is mandatory. Okay. In other way, let me put it. At least my classes, for my DevOps classes, Linux and shell scripting is mandatory. If people begin argumenting with me, per see, second thing, most of the DevOps tools will not work on Windows platform. That means PowerShell, this shell, that shell, all shells will not work. Only Linux operating system platform only required for all the DevOps tools. It could be Kubernetes, it could be Docker, it could be Jenkins, it could be rather than saying Jenkins, it could be Terraform, it could be Ansible. Any of the tools of the DevOps will works on only Linux operating system. And secondly, if anyone is teaching DevOps on Windows operating system means don't believe guys, in the production, none of the applications will be deployed on Windows. Everyone goes on production with the Linux operating system. So the knowledge of Linux operating system is mandatory in short. So that's where we are going to begin the Linux operating system, guys. The Linux operating system nearly takes 2 months, 10 days approximately for Shell's Linux operating system, guys, and 15 days to 20 days for shell scripting. Okay. So once we finish this one, guys, then we are going to start with lot of Linux operating system related concepts, guys. Like for example, networking. We'll start. As part of the networking, we are going to learn protocols, OSI model layer protocol, OSI model layers, uh, what is transport protocols, what is application protocols, what is OSI model layer, network devices, network topologies, how does the network device, how does the network is being connected, what are the devices that are being used, how many ways we can interconnect the computers, network topologies, guys. Next one, IP addressing. Here, classful IP addressing, classless IP addressing, subnets, CIDR notation, how to work with all of these concepts related to networking, we are going to learn. The next one, we will be learning uh, SSH. How does SSH protocol works? How can we connect to the Linux operating system machines remotely over the network? All those concepts related to SSH protocol we are going to learn, guys. On top of it, SSH protocol. Yeah. So yes, the next one. What is HTTPD servers means? How to install Apache to server and host and static web application to the world. We are going to understand the next one. TCP by IP is required. I'm going to cover as part of the protocols. What is TCP by IP? What is UDP? What is OSA model layer protocols? All those things will be explained. Okay. Now, the next one. After that, we are going to study virtualization, Oracle VirtualBox, virtual networking. Okay, what are the virtual networking modes that are there? We are going to learn, guys. After completing the virtualization, we are going to learn Java language basics. That means I will not teach Java programming language case, but I will be teaching you about basics of Java programs, how to run the Java program, how to package the Java program, how to deploy a web application on a Tomcat server. These all things will be explained. Kaveri, there won't be any discussion on Linux. Please drop if you want. Okay, Java language, guys. Okay, the next one, how to deploy web applications on a Tomcat server in Java applications, database RDBMS basics. Here I'm going to teach you MySQL Server installation, configuration, and how to use the MySQL Server, connecting Java application with MySQL Server database. These things I'm going to cover. Along with that, there are certain Java tools you guys have to learn that are also being covered as part of the course, guys, like Maven, uh, JUnit basics, guys, bare minimum. I will not explain all the concepts of JUnit for you. These are all basic things, guys. Java people only have to learn them in depth. For you, basics of these stuff is sufficient. You don't need to learn them in depth, guys. Okay, the next one. Uh, Jacoco, Sonar Cube, Jacoco, Sonar Cube, code coverage. Yeah, Git, ESVN, basics of logging. Again, in depth will not be covered, guys. These tools pertaining to regarding the Java technology, I'm going to teach as part of this course. Okay. Along with that, now with this, the level one or the prerequisite for attending the DevOps, we finished, guys. Now we start with DevOps. The first one we start with Vagrant. What is Vagrant? How to create a Vagrant machine? How do I need to export the Vagrant box files? Vagrant networking, Vagrant networking, Vagrant provisioners, provider extensions, and lot of concepts related to Vagrant. We are going to learn, guys. Vagrant is an virtualization workflow automation tool. Okay. And once we complete the Vagrant, the next one that we are going to start with is Ansible, which is software configuration management tool, guys. And after completing the Ansible, we are going to learn AWS Cloud Platform. And as part of the AWS Cloud Platform, guys, 5 domains and only handful of services we are going to learn as part of each domain. For example, compute domain, guys, we are going to learn only few services. EC2 means what? Load balancer. The two application load balancer we are going to learn. And when it comes to database domain, we are going to learn RDS instance using MySQL Server database. And when it comes to storage domain, guys, we are going to learn S3 bucket. And the next one, security domain, all concepts, IAM, users, roles, groups, These things. And the next one is networking domain, guys. Almost everything in the network domain we are going to cover, like VPC, subnets, how many types of subnets are there, what are those, gateways, NAT gateway, and internet gateway, what is the purpose of them, security groups, NACL rules, network access control list rules, and uh, key pair, AWS security key pair, all those things we are going to learn as part of the AWS cloud platform. Okay, only these domains and this specific set of services only we are going to learn. Actually, as part of the AWS cloud platform, guys, around 70 to 80 services are there. At least as part of our course, I will cover 30 to 40 services nearly, guys. But this is not a complete AWS dedicated course, guys. This is as part of the DevOps. We are going to cover AWS to understand how can we work with DevOps tools on AWS cloud infrastructure. That is the reason we don't need an in-depth knowledge of AWS case for learning DevOps, but to get the job, we need in-depth knowledge because people who works on DevOps will even works on AWS also parallelly. So I'm going to start a separate AWS class case, which you guys have to join separately. Yes, man. I'm going to give live deployment in deploying the applications on AWS cloud platform, not just one, Muhammad. It's like 5 to 6 easily the projects we are going to deploy on AWS cloud platform using different tool stack. Okay. The next one, we are going to learn Terraform. For example, after completing the Terraform, Ansible with Terraform, one end-to-end application deployment, I'm going to demonstrate one E2E application we are going to learn. For example, after completing the shell scripting, one example we are going to learn in deploying the application. Kiran Barik, I already told you, AWS, if I have to start, first we need to complete Linux. Without completing the Linux, AWS, we cannot start. Okay. Terraform, after completing, the next one is what we are going to start with Ansible Terraform completed. Okay. The next one we are going to start with is Docker. Completely end to end, all the contents, complete contents of the Docker we are going to study, guys. Then Docker completes, then Kubernetes we are going to learn. Once the Kubernetes completes, guys, Kubernetes also, I'm going to create Kubernetes cluster on the AWS cloud platform EKS case, and we will be covering the complete topics of the Kubernetes, whatever is there from the developer's perspective. Okay, right from the installation, configuration to deploying the applications and running them on the Kubernetes stack. The next one, Jenkins. Next one, ELK stack, Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana. Okay. And Helm. Helm 2 actually it is. We are going to learn. I think. Yeah. JFrog. Thank you, man. JFrog artifact repository. Docker container registry. Running our own Docker container registry installation setup and running the Docker container registry of our own will also be covered as part of the classes case. So I think pretty much I have covered. Maybe if I have missed one or two might be missed case, but holistically, this is what the course content that will be covered as part of the DevOps with AWS Cloud Platform. So does anyone has any questions on the course content, guys? Yeah, good. No questions. Good. Terraform automation only we are going to learn. Terraform automation is not different. All real-time examples, real-time projects we are going to deploy. For example, I told you already, right? So after completing the Ansible and Terraform, we are going to deploy one application on the AWS cloud platform. Okay. And after completing Docker, one end-to-end example by using Docker and Docker Compose. Docker Compose also I'm going to teach, guys. Okay. And again, after completing the Kubernetes, Docker with Kubernetes, one example. After completing Jenkins, and Jenkins with Terraform and Ansible, one example we are going to teach. I'm going to teach, guys. And Elasticsearch Kibana, one example completely. Helm, one example. So everything is a live example, guys. Bigger applications we are going to deploy and deliver. Okay. I already told you, man, AWS only these services will be covered. If you want a complete AWS stack of technology end to end, if you want to learn, then you need to join it separately as part of another course, which I am only going to take as part of it because the AWS itself will take 4 to 4.5 months to complete, man. So, do you think I can accommodate 4.5 months of course of AWS here and I can complete total DevOps in 9 months? Nearly impossible, right? So, we need parallel sessions. That's where we broke in this course into two parts. One is each module number of days you are giving tough time, man. 15 to 20 days for this one. Okay, SSH protocol, maybe 4 or 5 days. HTTP server and deploying the static web application 5 days. Virtualization 10 days. Virtual networking, Java language and database basics 10 days. Java tools itself will take uh, 10 to 15 days of time, and I will be taking these mostly in the evening sessions, guys. You guys have to be prepared for attending this separately out of the DevOps because I cannot teach this, and if I teach this as part of the DevOps itself, it is going to take huge amount of time and the course will stretch, guys. I already told this in the demo sessions. Okay, separately you need to attend parallelly. Vagrant 10 days. Ansible 15 to 20 days Ansible I'm going to teach. AWS platform approximately 15 days, man. Terraform 15 days. Okay. Docker 20 days I need. Docker Compose 2 or 3 days only I need. Kubernetes 20 days to 1 month I will take. Jenkins 10 to 15 days I will take. Elasticsearch 5 days of time at least I need. 2 days. 5 days. Docker container registry, 5 days. If you see sum of all these things, nearly it comes to 9 months, man. Okay. Okay. So the next one, I just wanted to mention you guys. So this is not an fresh AWS DevOps with AWS guys. The current one that you guys are attending is an add-on batch. That means already DevOps with AWS Cloud Platform. This course has been started 1 month before, guys. And we are at Linux operating system. 100% Raju. You can add 5 plus days for each module, no doubt about it. Yes, you can do Terraform certification exam also after completing this course, man, no doubt. Okay, Linux operating system, file system management commands, we finished. And right now, we are learning user management commands in Linux operating system, guys. Okay, and I am planning for taking the backup Linux operating system for you guys on Saturday and Sunday. Maybe 3 weekends. I need time, guys, probably to cover this. And evening 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, I will be taking the classes for Linux and Linux classes, whichever the things that I have completed for the current batch students, I'm going to take for you guys the backup, so that you will be much happily be able to attend the classes from user management command without any problem for you. Only part of the things has been finished, but not completely, guys. So I think you guys should be able to continue right now also by joining the course. That is the reason we are adding an add-on batch here. I hope you understood what I told. Did you got, guys, what I'm saying? Yeah. So what I am saying is, Saurabh, already this is an existing batch. You guys are adding into the existing batch. It's an add-on batch. Okay. In the current batch that is already in progress, I have started Linux operating system and I completed one topic called file system management commands. Okay. And I right now I'm teaching user management commands in the Linux operating system. That means very few basic topics around the Linux we have finished. As you guys have joined the middle, you guys didn't attended these concepts. I'm going to take a backup session for you on weekends, Saturday and Sunday at 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. in the evening, so that whatever the topics that I have already explained for the current batch students in terms of Linux, I will be helping you and I will be giving a backup completely, so that you don't need to worry about missing something and you can continue to attend the current classes. So that for you, 1 month of advantage will come. That means for you, the course duration will reduce and you are going to learn faster. That's an advantage that you guys are going to get. Got it, everyone? Yep. And all the people can continue attending the demo sessions, guys, until further notice. Like end of this week, I will be taking the demos, guys. Initial 1 or 2 days, you might find it little difficult for catching up the classes because you are joining from the middle. As user management commands, I am teaching directly. So as you are joining in the middle, 2 to 3 days, you may not be able to understand the classes, guys. But don't worry, these 2 to 3 days of classes, whichever you are attending now, also will be added as part of the backup, and I will be taking the classes for you. Don't worry about it. But within next 2 to 3 days after attending days, you feel much comfortable and sophisticated in learning the Linux operating system and the rest of the course case. You don't need to worry about it. So try, attend, see whether it makes sense or not, and you are able to catch up or not. And then based on that, you can make a call of whether we wanted to join the course or don't want to join the course case. But there is nothing wrong in continuing because you are not going to pay any fee, guys. Attend the sessions. Actually, rather than the demo, these kind of sessions are good as a are great platform for judging the trainer also and seeing the capacity and whether it is useful and the classes are worth or not. You can easily understand. Demo classes, everyone will teach better, guys. But actual classes, that's where we are landing up here directly in the actual classes of Sriman sir. So we can see seriously see the experience of learning here. Okay. So that is what I have, guys, as of now today. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can connect tomorrow. Any questions anyone has?